Good evening, everybody. Well. What an interesting day that turned out to be. Yes, Argyle defeated Burton Albion at the Pirelli Stadium 4-0, securing back-to-back away wins for the first time since the 22-23 title-winning season, where we did it twice. Yes, you heard that right, back-to-back away wins, and the last time Argyle scored 4 away from home was Fleetwood in 2014. Tom Cleverley serving his first of a 2-game touchline ban. Hazard straight back into the starting 11, which I have to say surprised me a little bit. His first start certainly in the league for him, and also back in the starting lineup was Oseni. After absorbing some early pressure from Burton, it was a brilliantly worked goal that had Laurent Talai getting on the end of a Boateng cross inside the box to put Argyle up on 31 minutes. Argyle then took control of the game, and on the stroke of half-time, Oseni reacted the quickest to a flick on to slot home Argyle's second. The second half started much like the first, Burton trying to regain some momentum, but a resolute Argyle defence kept them at bay. Patience was all that was needed before Laurent Talai then scored a superb second on 56 minutes. The 3 points were then sealed after Bim Peppel, coming on as a late substitute, slotted home from another Mumba cross on 81 minutes. Talai, the star man today, but not just bagging 2 superb goals, but his work rate all game was outstanding. It's fair to say an all-round excellent performance from all the lads today. The only negative, folks, was Bradley Ibrahim collecting his 5th yellow card, which means he will receive a 1-match ban. Now, we can't get carried away too quickly, again, can we? But let's enjoy the moment. Marcus is joining us tonight as Carl is working and Andy has a dinner date. Evening, Marcus. How are we doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
How are you then?
Yeah, good. Good to see you in, because last time I wasn't on. I was away when you were last on. So we'll come to you to get your thoughts in a minute. And Gavin, evening. You said yesterday someone is going to take a battering or was due a battering soon. Well, you weren't wrong, were you?
No, I did predict this. I will be very smug and say yesterday I got mocked heavily in the group chat for saying we're going to give someone a damn good hiding soon. It's coming. It's that close. And it was. My prediction score was 4-1 and we lost and we won 4-0. So, there we go. You can just see little partnerships and patterns of play just starting to work out. And I think the shackles really came off Tuesday night. I know we were playing against weakened opposition who were a lot younger and not less experienced, but you could just see the patterns of play and the confidence building. And I'm really delighted to see both Oseni and Peppel both getting on the score sheet, having had really good games on Tuesday night in less opposition. So, don't think you can be an unhappy Argyle fan today, although I did say to someone earlier on Twitter, forgive me, I've forgotten, it was Golf. I can't remember his name.
Danny Prowse, probably.
Danny Prowse was it. So, so I'm unfortunate. I've gone to Golf. So, unfortunately, I'm having to cash out of my Unilever stocks temporarily because the bedwetting is reduced to nigh on drought levels at the moment. So, there's not much Purcell being sold. There's stockpiles everywhere. So, I'm back into cash for a bit to see what else can be exploited.
Excellent. Yeah, Andy Prowse uses the Gone Golf, I think it is.
That's it. So it was Andy, was it?
On his account on there. Yeah. Evening in the comments here, Sam says, evening everyone, great result up the Greens. Absolutely. Ruby and me, evening to you as well. Biggest surprise of the weekend, clean sheet to boot. Come on, you Greens. GT's in as well. Again tonight, evening GT, just 4 straight green hearts from him. And Spencer Argyle on tour, evening buddy. Birthday next Saturday, so I'll be defo on then. Argyle, glad to see Peppel on the score sheet too from him. So really, really good. So Marcus, it's good to see you in. Myself, like I said, I was away last time you came in, and for those who don't know, Marcus used to join us a few times before. So how are you feeling after that, Marcus? It was, I think, after losing to Peterborough, who, if I'm right in saying, were bottom when they played us, and then obviously going away to face the team that then slotted into that position after Peterborough beat us. It's good, isn't it, to get a convincing performance. A few concerns here and there, but I think we were just holding it out and waiting for our moments, weren't we?
Yeah, I think so. But like what we said before, we don't want to get my hopes up too much. Because it doesn't mean nothing if we don't get the result against Wigan. that's the thing we've got to do. We've got to really stick to it and not bottle it again, because last time we just didn't turn up.
Yeah, it's,
So, but
yeah, go on.
because at the start, just before kickoff, I for one was moaning that Tegan Finn wasn't in the lineup, and then but within an hour, we was playing like prime Barcelona. I thought, what's going on here?
Oh, slow down. I do miss those comments from you. Go on, Gav.
Yeah, no, it's good. So Marcus was having an absolute meltdown free kickoff. What's he got to do to get in the side? I was like,
But it's true, actually, isn't it?
No, Marcus, it is to a degree, but it's a really tight pitch up there, as you saw. They have got a really big physical side. How many times he's played before at home pocket? Actually, he was quite strong today. But
I know you predicted 4-1, but you also did predict every other week that Mumba would score, but he hasn't yet.
Hey, the clock's always right two times a day, even if it's broken. Yeah, I did, and he'll get one soon. Don't worry. I'm going to keep predicting him until he does. So that's that. Even if we're predicting 0-0, I'm still going to go for a Mumba goal. So it's all good.
Yeah,
we'll get there in the end.
I think the lineup surprised me a bit. If I'll be honest, going sort of in chronological order.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gavin. Let me just. I'll just quickly, because I want to go on to that and then get your views on how you saw the setup. So just want to quickly summarise, obviously, the stats here, so then we can get into the player ratings, because there's a lot to talk about there. Obviously, the 4 goals coming on 31, 45, 56 and 81. So to lie with 2, Oseni having scored on Tuesday night, Peppel having scored on Tuesday night, getting their goals. So really good stats. Possession-wise, might surprise some of you if you weren't watching the game, but 62% to Burton, 38% to us. But it was very much, they had a sort of strong possession play in the first half and second, but when we got into the game, and we just controlled it a bit, and certainly the second half, we probably let them have more of the game than we would do. Expected goals, now brace yourselves, folks, especially for those that might be listening post. 3.58. I think, is that the highest I think we've had, Gavin? Total shots 15 and big chances 7.
Yeah, that's the highest XG I think I've ever seen. There'll be a certain man in a slightly different podcast who's an XG fanatic who will be having a meltdown over that, I reckon. Yeah. 3.58. That's phenomenal, isn't it? Let's be candid.
Yeah, it's good. And we do have another player who got over 9 today, which you'll see any second. Now, just before I go to Gavin, though, to talk through the actual lineup here, because it's showing 3-4-2-1. Evening Bo has joined us tonight. Hope you're well, mate. Benny Van Life evening, playing a strong squad against Spurs under 21s. Seems like it paid off. Peppel scoring then again today, as Oseni did. Stephen Vaughan, evening mate, evening all. He says just back from a dinner date himself. Ooh. Oh yeah, exactly. He hasn't told us that in the
spill the bit. Get on that private message, Stephen. Tell us how it went.
Harold's in with us as well. Evening Greens, he says, I'm celebrating 5 gins in now. That's I love the sound of that. Jack Smith, evening to you. Unbelievable performance from the lads. It certainly was. So go take us through the lineup as you said. Right. It was.
So just to, as Steve is listening, Steve, when I tell you the lineup, believe me, right? don't 10 minutes into the game say, "Oh, what formation?" You could kind of see. When I picked our selection, I know I was driving back from meetings, but I thought we'd have to be really like combative up top. I didn't think he would go 2 strikers, to be honest, which is why I picked Dale and who did I pick? Dale and Patterson up top in the 210 channels. Because I just thought we needed a bit of like old hand experience. I knew they had sort of some quite big thud and thud type sort of 3 centre backs. But what actually transpired was quite remarkable, really. It was 3-5-2, which was then randomly Mitchell on the left, unlike this particular graphic, Ross in the middle, and Werder on the right, which has been the other way around from what they've been playing so far. I thought Ross was exceptional in the middle, actually. I thought he marshalled the troops really well. And some of the passes that Mitchell were playing, considering he's meant to be our bud and thud merchant, kicking it into Rose Ed, early doors, that little cultured right foot into the Tulai, into the channel, I was thinking, who the hell is this? It was amazing, his levels of passing. And then they played a midfield 5, which was McCabe as like the 6, essentially. Boateng and Ibrahim as the 8, which I thought both of them were exceptional today. And then Mati Sarano on one flank, Ballymumba on the other as wing backs, and then up top, Talai and Oseni, who were playing really narrow actually, which I'm glad he said that after the game. And I was speaking to James Greenacre after the last game when Pebble came on, and we both said they were too far apart when they went 3-5-2 and had them up there. Talai's got a really good knack of winning the ball and just laying it off. But if your strike partner is 25 feet away, you ain't got a hope in hell's chance. Whereas today, they were within, I'd love to see Aaron Krushak's analysis of this on Monday, but they both seem to be within 6 to 8 feet of each other at all times in that certainly early passage of play, which meant that we had a really good, tight sort of opportunity to get the ball, win it, and then bring the wing backs into play and the midfielders running on after. And I'm going to sneeze.
Yeah, that's right. I've got Sophie coughing next to me. Gavin is harbouring a bit of a cold himself. So there you go. So that didn't wake you up.
Sorry.
Then nothing will. So starting from the back. Thank you, Sophie. Starting from the back, Hazard, his first league start this season, scoring an 8. I thought he did really, really well. Obviously, the defence was quite strong and resolute. He didn't have to pull off too many big saves, but I certainly do recall one. It was a surprise to me and you, Gav. I mean, Marcus, did you have Hazard in your eyes going straight in the squad? Carl obviously was a big, suggested that's what he wanted.
I don't think, with us not having a reserve team, we didn't have a lot of choice. He's got to go straight from straight into the team. But I did notice, I know it's early days, but the defence looked a lot more confident with Hazard behind him.
Agreed.
I think before, when they had Hammond, even though he did a lot of things good, which he was improving, but he did have a habit of pushing the ball out to their main striker when he saves it, which gives the defence a lack of confidence. And they looked more assured with Hazard behind them.
It's just on that, Marcus. Gavin just said I agree. There is an element of that, and your suggestion on or observation of Hammond, pushing the ball out to opposition strike. I mean, there was that Peterborough one where he did, but there will always be mistakes in keepers. But I just sort of felt. For me, look, I thought it was unfair to drop him, but what's good is it's great to see Hazard back, don't get me wrong, folks, and more importantly, also getting a clean sheet. So if he will obviously clearly stay in if he keeps that knee issue at bay, and if they are then more confident and comfortable with him in goal, then happy days. But yeah, he did look good today, and for him, Gavin, it's probably nice just to get back in and get a full 90 minutes under his belt and a massive win.
Yep. I think it's that intangible is the word I'm looking for. My brain's a bit like concrete today. It's that intangible that Hazard brings of calm, authority, 6'6" frame, a governor in the changing room, clearly. Certainly having the Exeter last year. He was a leader last year. He's going to be a very big leader this year, probably him and Joe and I imagine Galloway and Mumba probably being the old guard. So a lot of authority, a lot of respect in the changing room, which I think then just makes the shoulders just drop and relax a little bit of that back three, knowing that, if he's going to come, he's 6'6". By the time he jumps, he's 8'6". By the time he sticks his arm over his head, he's 9'6". And he's clearing balls. And there was a really good punch early in the first half, which cleared his lines well. So I just think it's that air of authority. Do you know what I mean? Because some keepers are great with their feet, great shot stoppers, but they don't have that command, that whole sort of narrative. And you can tell because often back three, back four are quite rash. When you've got a keeper with air of confidence there, they all just seem to relax a bit and they know instinctively what's theirs, what's not theirs, when he's going to come, when they need to head away. So He'll be thrilled. He was skipper because I don't think he's captained the side before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone out there?
Good
Or
observation.
Marcus.
Yeah.
So I think first time on the armband that would have given him a go from 6'6" to 6'8", and he'd have been a bit taller. He was a bit nervy to start with. I think that first 15 minutes we were really edgy, and I think his shot stopping ability was a little bit edgy too. He sort of flapped at one which we kind of cleared, but I think it went behind him and nearly in the goal, early doors at the near post. And then there was a shot from the edge of the box which kind of hit him in the stomach a little bit and bobbled away, and we cleared our lines again. Another day when you haven't got the luck with you, one of them goes in and you go, oh, here we go, and then everything changes. So, football's a game of moments, isn't it? And I think his early moments, when he wasn't probably at his best, he got lucky, and then in the second half, I thought he was immense. The commitment he showed on that sort of to come out and spread his legs and get a foot to a cross that was nearly a tap in was an immense save.
That's the save that I remembered. Thank you.
He would have took great confidence and great pleasure, I think, and so would a TC, because it's a big call to throw him straight back in, to be able to make sure that that he's fulfilled his duties today as A, the skipper, and B, the goalkeeper with a 0. So a great human being as well. I think from all I've ever encountered with him sort of locally, he's a really good chap, and he deserves everything he's got. It's been a long road back from what was quite an innocuous game for Northern Ireland in the summer that's given him 5 months of discomfort, one would assume.
Yeah, it's not nice, and I think you summed up his game superbly. That save, sort of in the second half was absolutely brilliant, and obviously echo that to all those that are on the sidelines with injury at the moment. Certainly Pleggy and Watson. That we hope those guys get back soon, because there's got to be nothing more frustrating when you are watching your team and all you can do for weeks and weeks on end is just sit there and watch and not be involved. So going through to the defence end, so Mitchell sort of playing on the left, Ross in the middle, Wyadu, as well in there on the right. He was really good again. Wyadu 7.2 for him, Mitchell 7.9, and Ross 7.2. And Bo said in the comments just now, Ross is great, isn't he? Absolutely. As Bo joined us to give us his view on him when he signed for us. So, and I think he also, I'm trying to, because I can't. When I'm watching it, I can't concentrate fully. I don't know why, because I think I'm so pent up. Although it was obviously much easier because we did settle down with those 2 goals in the first half. But he's also a threat in the box as well, isn't he? And Wyadu's throw-ins, we seem to be working on that. When Souks is in, he takes them. I don't know what it is, but Wyadu seemed to be more effective, Marcus, with the throws into the box.
He has got a good throw, not an accurate throw, which creates a lot of problems. So, when you got a player like Tulay who's good at headering the ball and knocking the ball down, and you get accurate throws, he's perfect. But Suits is a good thrower, but not the same level. So I hope he sticks with Wyadu.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Wyadu's staying consistently in the squad now, isn't he? And sort of getting those high scores. So. Yeah,
it's even more beneficial when you got 2 strikers.
Yeah,
and it's also good that people said that he didn't before. That Tom Cleverley's got a plan B, because before we always thought, no, just 1 up front, sticking with that. But it's good to see 2 up front.
This is plan C. If you think about it, we've gone 4-3-2-1, 3-4-2-1, 3-5-2. So. This is.
With another striker up front.
Oh yeah. But in formation, in its entirety, this is the third incarnation since the beginning of the season, which is good to see that he can go away, identify a particular defensive pattern from a big side, and then. Sorry, I'm stopped in my tracks by Fudu again. Is it pronounced Wiradu or Wiradu? Good question, Wiradu. It's Wiradu, isn't it?
Wyadu. I can't. It doesn't matter.
Don't ask me. I ain't got a clue.
This one. I mean, it's a shame Voodoo can't leave a voice note.
Yeah, because that's hilarious that he just spelled his name twice identically and said, "Is it that or that?" Well, I think it's that, to be honest. There we go. So yeah, and don't forget, we've got a fit and an in-form Brendan Galloway, who can't even touch a blade of grass on a Saturday at the moment. So, it just goes to show you get a few players back that you've got some strength and depth coming. And then obviously we've still got Pleguezuelo and Suchas to come back on that. So when they're all fit, he's going to have a big problem on his hands.
Yeah, no, he is. And consistency, as he reiterated, we have got the little post-match short clip from Argyle TV of his interview. But yeah, it's consistency now, isn't it? Moving forward into the middle, you got Sorinola, Boateng, McCabe, Mumba, and Ibrahim, effectively, excuse me. I know, obviously, Gavin Ibrahim wasn't in your squad for a selection in the on Thursday's show in favour of Patterson, which... who obviously didn't come on until later, but he had another good performance.
It was a great performance. So my rationale, and it was very harsh to drop him. In fairness, he's been exceptional. But I just thought we needed a player that can unlock a defence, and Ibrahim's got a lot of strength, but one of them isn't playing really good slide passes in to unlock a good defence. So I thought, well, if you had Dale and God, my brain is dead today. Him in there, then what would have happened was we'd have had a lot more variety around that box. I expected us to play a lot of in down the flank, back to the side, trying to slide balls in. But actually, we were a lot more direct on that, so it didn't work. But I thought that midfield diamonds of sort of Mitchell, Boateng, Ibrahim, inverted diamond, if you like, or inverted Christmas tree, was exceptional. To be fair, I thought they were all brilliant, and they ran. I didn't feel like after the first 5-6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, I didn't feel like we were overrunning midfield at all. I thought we dominated it.
No, absolutely. I mean, like Ibrahim, just finish off on Ibrahim, 7.8. All round for me, had an absolutely brilliant game. 7.5 for Sorinola. Boateng just missed out on the magic 9, 8.9. Again, another consistent, solid performance. And oh my days, you'll see it in the highlights, but that header that pulled off a worldie from Burton's goalkeeper. It's such a shame he couldn't get on the score sheet as well today. McCabe was 7.1, but I thought he had a pretty decent game, today with McCabe.
He was very good defensively, actually.
Yes, good point.
When I saw him against Spurs and when I saw him when he came on at home to Peterborough, I thought he was going to start shying out of tackles because he looked like a little bit fragile and didn't want to sort of put his leg in where it hurts. But today, his defensive actions were superb. I think I read the stats earlier. He had like 7 defensive actions and 3 interceptions. So, he did his bit as a 6 today. He's not a big crunching tackler, but he wins the ball back really effectively, which I thought was probably unseen by a lot.
Yeah, his 100%. Thank you for reminding me of that. He was just coming back in and supporting the defence, to get rid of the ball, calm and collected. We'll come on to Lai in a minute, who also was coming back in to support as well. All round, his work rate is just incredible. Mumba with a 7.8 on the FOTMob scoring there. He obviously pitting the ball in the box for Peppel's goal. He linked up with Boateng to pit the ball in. Boateng for Talai's goal. He had. I had a moan at him in the chat at one stage in the first half. Was it the first half? Because he was going forward and he just, when he should have made a pass or whatever, he just did too much. But then I suppose that's Mumba's game at times. You'll always see an element of that. But then he came into it and did really, really well. Really pleased for that. So a strong middle on there. Marcus, anything you would add to any of those in the middle of the park there?
The one that's been a real shock this season was Boateng. God knows what Muslik saw in him or why he didn't get no game time last season, but he looks brilliant, totally brilliant. I can't believe he already played last season. That's the biggest shock I found. Like what Gavin says, McCabe is brilliant at defending. I was shocked about that. Everything really is it's coming together. The formation's coming together. Obviously, we've had such a big turnover. It takes time for the team to gel. And I think everyone thought was going to start winning straight away.
Yeah, well, we did say, Marcus, didn't we? Well, on the show, and I know you listen in and comment when you're not on. Give it till sort of end of October. We don't want to get carried away. I said that in my intro because obviously we did with the Luton away win, and then we went and made an absolute meal of it against Peterborough.
But I wasn't expected to gel to November time, so it's a bit earlier than I thought it would be.
It is, and like I said, we still got to, as cleverly as stress, we got to maintain that and be consistent with it. I definitely think the Tuesday night games of the Virtue Cup have definitely helped with a number of players in there. I was equally like you, disappointed that Finn didn't start, but you can't complain after the result and the performance today. So I think we've still got, once we get Edwards back as well. And if we carry on playing like this, it's going to be a challenge for him to get back in. But yeah, once we get a couple of those players back, you said Gavin, obviously Galloway. You've also got Mackenzie is due to come back. You've got Souks who will be back by the end of the month. So there's going to be more and more competition, assuming touch wood everywhere. We don't pick up any more injuries. And just one final shout out, really, because I haven't said much on him. And with 7.5 tonight. Gav, Matty Soranola having another brilliant game today. Just again, like Boateng, just very, very consistent in every game this season.
His fitness seems to have improved as well because there was no cramping up today, and I know it was a slightly smaller pitch, but last probably 2 minutes of the game, he gets back, makes a sliding tackle, gets up, wins it, knocks it beyond, and then runs down the line. Of a guy who's playing in his first 10 minutes, not his last 10 minutes. So, super consistent. Did the wing-back role pretty well today, overlapped quite a bit, got some decent crosses into the box. And both him and Ballymumba, that's their strongest suit, I think, most definitely. I was really surprised, actually, because it's such a tight pitch up there, that they were given the width they did. And in the first 5 minutes, I expected to see another kind of Luton-esque hump ball fest, which is why I thought we'd put two up top and scraps in midfield. But they were winning loads of the second ball. We weren't winning much at all. And I thought, here we go. Yeah. But the minute Law McCabe put his foot on the ball and started to make telling passes moving forward, we just seemed to calm down, and then our patterns of play seemed to click into play really well. So that was really, I think, good for me, and to see both Soranola and Mumba be able to run channels and have that sort of space and time on the ball out wide, even on a really tight pitch, I thought was still really, really good.
Yeah, I think that absolutely. There were certainly some moments of, I think, in the first half where we were just trying to overthink it again when, sort of we should have maybe passed the ball. I know Ibrahim and Oseni a couple of spells where it's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And then we got crowded out. But yeah, they certainly, Burton certainly had some nice pieces of play, but couldn't do much with it, and that's why I was saying throughout the chat that it just felt like a patient game of just that they're under pressure at home, they're going to come at you straight away. So let's just be calm, be patient, and take the chances. Before I come on to the two front guys, just go back to the comments. So Voodoo, who we noted earlier, is in tonight. Evening Voodoo, in the know, hashtag is what he put. And I'll just add, as he did share it earlier, as I bring it up on the screen without any background image. Hang on, let me pick that up. Yes, he did say on Thursday night show, mortgage on Talai, goal Saturday, probably 2. So he wasn't wrong then with that one, was he? So fair play to you there, Voodoo. Did you put a bet on yourself, let alone your mortgage, though? Let us know in the comments. What else have we got?
Voodoo's mortgage will have several noughts on it, I imagine. So if he has put it on it, then he's probably got the GDP of North Africa in his bank tonight from Bet365 or whatever online bookmaker he uses.
And there are other bookmakers available, but obviously we also don't endorse gambling on the show. Yeah. Stevie Vaughan saying, Talai is the best around striker we've had since Ebanks Blake. Oh, wow, you're going back there. Sam saying, Oseni surely starts next week. Had a great game. I think, he played well on Tuesday and obviously got that start today. I think he's earned it. We'll come on to them in a second. Stephen Cooper, evening. I hope you sat there wearing whatever Argyle polo or hoodie you were wearing tonight.
Asking people what they're wearing really isn't a good look, Mike, I have to say.
But I did follow up quickly with...
Yeah, I know. I didn't hear that bit, though. Probably as half the audience, didn't they? Just like, oh, hi, Steve, what are you wearing? So
Well, if you don't join us on our Thursday live lounges, late, then all sorts of things can happen, can't they? Stephen Vaughan say Stephen Cooper said, I hope Stoke don't nick Talai in January. Next 4 games, Wigan home, Mansfield away, Wimbledon home and Exeter away. Steve saying Wigan, as you noted at the start, Marcus, they lost today and they've lost their last 2 games. They are sitting, I'll show you the table later, just above us. Ruby and me say, more importantly, we're 3 points above the scum. Yeah, absolutely. They lost 1-0 today. Jake Hillman saying, evening, Jake. That team with the celebration at the end had a real promotion feel, and Talai is just a class act. Can't fault anyone today. I did record that video. I haven't loaded it yet, but I can load it while we're on the show in a bit later. And also Jake saying Burton looked decent for the first 20, then we took control. And to be fair, when we did take control, they did sort of, certainly second half, understandably, they did look a bit beaten in that game late on today. So yeah, the front 2 men then. So we've got Oseni with a 7.5 and Talai with a 9.1. So like Tegan Finn had on Tuesday, I don't think we've had a 9 from anybody else this season. No. Tegan had a 9.5, yes, in the cup, and then Talai with a 9.1. Gavin, he was just everywhere today, and we're starting to really see in the last few games what he's all about. He's physical, he's getting involved in all areas of the pitch, he's coming back deep to help create and set up play and also help the defence out, and he's there. As soon as he gets the ball, whether it's outside of the box or inside, and you noted in the chat that it's his first goal inside the 6-yard box to flick in off that cross from Boateng. He is just brilliant to watch at the moment, isn't he? We've really bagged the right striker, and you've got to give full credit for all the grief that they do get to the recruitment team for picking him out.
Yep, absolutely. So first thing first there, they might just go and get some Canadian Mountie uniforms, Mr. Randall and Mr. Fox, because they always get their man, even if it is eventually. You can clip that up. But yeah, no, all joking aside, it did take a bit of a while. But if you compare the 3 that we were linked with, Taylor was non-existent. Burrell was innocuous at best against us. He's had some good game time since at QPR. But I think that Talai is most definitely head and shoulders above those 2 at very similar price tags as well. And you can tell he's really useful because we're still getting bitter bedwetting antics from Port Vale fans on Twitter. It's the only part of the country actually left that there's personal sales are up, funny enough. So there we are. Looking at the map. But no, he's very, very good. He's probably, I think Steve might be right, he's probably the best all-round striker we've had since Eubanks Blake. Because he wins his fair share of headers, he holds it up well. He's got pace to go in behind. He's a good poacher, near post, far post. He's good with his feet, both feet, and he's got a thunderous left boot. Not that we saw it today. And he can score from distance. So yeah, as far as the football game, I can't remember what it's called, but his score was like 65 or something. I think he'll be disappointed when he sees that. And if he's a player of the game, I'm sure he'll make sure that his performances get him up towards the 70s, because he's just got everything. Good pace, good vision. And I think what was really interesting today was seeing how, I think I mentioned this earlier, seeing how close him and Oseni were on the pitch geographically. Yeah. Senny's got really good pace, actually, and I sort of noticed that again today. And he scored a good breakaway goal on Tuesday night against Tottenham. But because they're really close now, one wins, one takes off, and then people bomb on. It's making him look an even better player. Because when he's up there on his own, he's getting that, but he's getting if he's doubled up with a centre half, one sits behind him, and then as soon as he touches it, one comes in front of him, nicks the ball, or he's having to play a wild pass 20 yards to his left or right. When you've got that control and you're knocking it down, and you've got a mate 5-6 meters away, you can actually control the ball high up on the pitch, and then everyone bomb forward. So I think that made him look better today than it was. But the thing that made me smile was the first goal was. It's the first time we've gone wing back, literally chalk on his heels, ball down the line, really easy slide ball. The run from Boateng and the weight of the pass was exceptional, and just a cut back near post. He knew exactly what was going to go on. He got in between the two defenders in front of one of them, and before you know it, it's in the back of the net. So that for me was like a Premier League goal. My brother rang me and he wasn't watching, he's away. And he said, what was first goal? And I said, if that had been scored for Arsenal, you'd have said, oh, it's a typical Arsenal goal, that.
I think it's one of those where we talked, Marcus, about, and you highlighted the confidence that the back line has with, Hazard coming back in goal. You observed that today. And I think the striker situation, if you've got your Mumbas or whether it's your Soranolas or whoever's on the left and right, bombing it forward, and then your midfield, like your Ibrahims or your Boatengs, trying to find positions to also receive the ball, to then be able to cross it in and just know that your man's going to be there and not think, oh, it's going to get wasted because there's no one in the box. I think that's where that confidence then happens at the top end of the field, and you just feel like any time, Marcus, he's going to get the ball, he's gonna just put it away.
Yeah, well, I'm still shocked by when Gavin said the credit must go to Fox to Rando. Does Rando actually exist? 'Cause no one's actually ever seen him. There's been no interviews. I thought it was an AI mirage from Andy, but I don't know. No one's actually seen him. No interview or nothing.
So we don't know. So let's not worry about it. Let's just accept the fact that if he does exist, then he's made a good call with Thingy. But if we go back to Talai, and I mean that in a nice way, because we don't know. What we do know is we do have a number 9.
Well, to be honest with you, we was rumoured to go for Taylor, Burrow. He's the best of the lot by a long way. So we don't know if actually we was going for them or this is their number 1 choice to start off with.
Yeah, no, it's just I just think, like I said, it doesn't matter, does it? That
he did say in his first interview, his aim is to get to the Premier League. That's somebody with confidence.
Yeah, and I know like the comments have been pitting about, and it was talked about on the radio as well on the Argyle commentary about let's hope he doesn't go in January. There's one of those things where money talks. If a decent deal comes in, you've got to weigh it up and then look to decide what you want to do. Hopefully not, and hopefully he can help us get into the Championship, which elevates him up there as well with us. But yeah, he's looking really sharp, and I think
that coming from playing for Port Vale, I think Stoke is one club I don't think he would go to. So I think that's out the window. He won't go to Stoke. And if he does go to Stoke,
straight in Sainsbury's, if he did.
If he does go to Stoke, we won't even talk to him unless they start coughing up 15 million plus, or they can get stuffed.
Yeah, well, we've got Max Veerov who's sat there doing nothing, isn't he, at the moment? Which if you're sat on the bench in Stoke and not on the pitch, there's not much else to do in Stoke.
Yeah, and then you also look at Hardy. He hasn't been at Wrexham. He's been in the squad in the last 2 games. So he must want to stay where he is, build his reputation up, get to the summer, and take it from there.
We've got 3.5 years left on his contract, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What is it with fucking Jana mentality? Oh, we got something nice. Someone's got to take it away. Like, he's just signed a 4-year deal. Let the boy play his football.
Yeah,
He'll be here in the summer. Whether he's here next September is a very different conversation. But then with 3 years left on his contract, I think, Marcus, your comments there around 15 million quid, if he gets 25 goals this year and 15 assists, he's going to be a lethal weapon, right? For anyone. But at the moment, he's got regular football. He's going to get great confidence. He's still learning his trade. He's only 23. He will need to, and also he's probably got a great relationship at the moment with his coaching team that are improving him game on game. So this isn't a guy who's coming in 30, who's got 20 goals a year for the last 4 years. A Hardy type profile. Is a kid who's still working his magic. Did we buy him knowing, thinking he was going to complete a 4-year deal? I don't think in a heartbeat we thought that. And to be fair, if he does complete a 4-year sentence, not that it's prison, then he would have played shite because that means no one would have wanted him. So I think if we can get 18 months out of the guy, and maybe Fluke going back up this year, and he gets some goals in the champ, fair play, no problem at all with that, because we know we'll get we'll get an 8-figure fee for the guy who we paid £1 million for. So there's no problem. But let's let him have a little run in the side first. He's only scored 5 goals, and all of a sudden we're saying we're losing him in 3 months' time.
Yeah, exactly. It was. I remember seeing the odd tweet, I think, about someone saying Branson making that comment on Argyle commentary. But yeah, you want to enjoy it because, as Steve said in the comments earlier, sort of probably one of our best strikers, we've had since Ebanks-Blake, and it's great because you just feel like he's going to just get everything and knows where the target is, and does everything to. Well, actually, it was him winning the ball just inside the box, or tackling, or doing something with the defender that led the ball to go to Mumba to cross it in for Peppel to score. So he does get here, there, and everywhere. Just going to jump back into the comments. GT saying Talai will go all the way, has everything, some player. Voodoo with some banter again tonight. I don't want to get carried away, folks, but when you win against Burton, it's hard not to. Bring on Northampton. And then he later says, our number 9's Swiss. We are all on the piss. Please drink responsibly, and if you do, a nice Bordeaux, if you're Gavin and Voodoo. Also in the comments, Stephen Cooper saying, my missus got Pod 9 sweatshirt on because I won't put the heating on yet. Well, then you'll have to get one for the whole family then, wouldn't you, Steve? So there's some more if you want it, which actually, if I just take a pause, will segue me to this slide. So I have got most things up on our shop now, so you can get to the shop through that QR code, or you can go to the block9.co.uk, and at the very top menu there is a link to it too. So I've got all these mugs, a few new designs. You can see obviously the t-shirt on the left, that which I've got on under here, that will have the green and the text, which I sort of photoshopped on that because it's got black with what I'm wearing. There's the hoodie. You've got a mug with all things Argyle, and then the block 9 in the middle, and I'll show it in a second. That's on a light background. Then you've got a plain white mug background, or just the natural mug colour with all things Argyle on. Then the green one with both sides, and then also the block 9 podcast with all things Argyle. And the original mug I thought I'd leave up there. And as I'm so good at my photography and product shooting skills, there's a nice little stack for those of you that might have seen something similar when I tweeted it out earlier, when we have a bit of old mugs up with Ken Selman. So there you go. So prices are up on there. I haven't got the polos up yet, but I will get them up soon. So if you want to contribute to what we do and help towards that, please go and buy the merch. It would all be appreciated, as we've got Ben Collins, who I did notice coming earlier. Evening, Ben. I haven't seen Andy Prowse yet, so he's got a mug himself, and obviously Stephen, who's got a bit more than a mug with a couple of polos and the hoodie as well. So so looking at Voodoo saying Penfold's been 389 tonight.
That's an amazing drop of wine, by the way.
I was just bypassing it, thinking I'm not quite sure what that is, but
it's a Shiraz Cabernet Sauvignon from Australia. It's lovely. It's beautiful.
Okay, nice one. It's not the old cartoon of old then. Stephen Cooper's saying...
It's not Blue Nun or anything like that.
Gavin, we are used to players leaving us. That's all everyone that looks good, we lose. But agree, let's just enjoy him. So I'm just going to read out the substitutes because I don't have a slide for the subs on there. So I just need to go back to... where's it gone? I've lost my screen now. There we go. So the substitutes that came on, obviously Ben Peppel came on, Tegan Finn came on, and Caleb Roberts and Jim Patterson came on. So Ben Peppel obviously getting his goal, which is great for him. They need this confidence thing. They need the minutes, which the cup game helps. Tegan Finn, there was a few moments there where I think he was sort of wanting to go for his own glory in the game and get a goal, but why not when you're as confident? And that nutmeg on that player.
That highlight the game for me. He just absolutely royal took the piss. It was brilliant.
And even Branson nearly fell apart laughing in the commentary. And obviously Caleb Roberts and Jim Patterson, so coming on and doing what they needed to do to see us over the line. So, it's so great to talk about so much positive. So I'll tell you what, let's go to the goals next. So let's run that reel now. brilliant ball in by Ibrahim.
Next stage, I love it too.
There it comes.
There we go.
And the ball's hitting with feet as well. The ball past the defender. Yeah, Wiadu's effective. Wiadu's effective throwing.
Great finish.
That was not an easy one to pick away from that distance and the way he did it as well.
Giving the home fans some unique USA challenge. Ibrahim there, brilliant by the way.
Yeah, all right. Quickly, Roddy can pick up that loose ball. And tonight, off balance, still managed to turn it back and win there. Save.
I think we're all nervous at that point, thinking he'd done his knee again. Great finish.
Yeah. And in the right place at the right time, which is where you want to strike
can't
it
argue
in.
with that.
Unlucky with that. Great run.
There we go. Win it back. Really, a great finish.
Yeah.
That deserved the goal too.
That's it, I think. Yeah. So, just some brilliant goals. I mean, that ball from Ibrahim in for Boateng's header. I've never known us to find so many players in the box and get on the end.
What happens when you're 3-4-0 up? You can bomb forward and have no problems.
Well, at that stage we weren't obviously in front, were we? But it's just some really good passages of play, wasn't it, for all the goals? I mean, we said Oseni's as well. That from the Wiadu's. I'm doubting myself every time I go to pronounce his name. Wiadu sort of throwing the flick on, and to get that outstretched leg and to get some sort of pace on it to send it past the goalkeeper, brilliant. And the same with Talai's goal. I mean, that second one where he's off balance as well, and he's his strength holding the defender off and saying, "I'm still scoring this, so do what you want."
Yeah,
it's really good.
The work rate there from Ibrahim was fantastic. The ball sort of drops into no man's land, and Ibrahim gets his foot down, and he's first to that ball. He wants it more than anyone, and then it's a really good slide ball in. And you're right. I think if he doesn't get the shot away, it's a penalty. If he gets a shot in, which he did, he scores. So it was a really good piece of work all round, actually. And the work rate, I think, from that midfield just was epitomised by that moment.
Yeah, definitely. Marcus, what was the pick of the goals for you? Making him think now.
I reckon third goal. I reckon it was brilliant, well taken.
Yeah,
but the whole team, I think everybody wants to get on that. This is the confidence that you don't win games by playing individually. They played as a team, and that's the most important thing. None of them tried to be the star. Even when at one stage, Finn could have shot, but he crossed it across the box. He could have shot because might think, I need to get on the axe. That's a team player.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I did say there's a couple of moments I felt he was trying to go for it himself, but why not? He confidence from Tuesday night, buzzing, the team's winning. I said on Thursday night, you don't want to bring the likes of Finn on in a game, or any player really, where you're trying to expect something from them when you're not playing well, so it's that confidence. And to echo your point, Marcus, hopefully, in the next game against Wigan, that they will all be wanting to get into the box, and they'll all be wanting to try and get on the end of something to, all get on the score sheet. And we all know what happened in the Luggy days when there was everybody was just scoring, in the squad from all areas. It's good. It's good to get that.
I think against Peterborough, we started off playing like listening to our own thing, that all we had to do was turn up when we would win. And once you get into that mindset, it's difficult to get out of it.
Yeah,
But I don't think we'll do that against Wigan.
yeah. Well, hopefully not.
Just circling back to Finn a minute. One of the things I would say, clearly he's been using his gym time wisely, because when he does do that nutmeg and beat those 2 or 3 players, the very start point of that, he shows really good upper body strength to stay on the ball. I think this time last year, he'd have been thrown off the ball and he'd have been on his backside before he'd even got a decent touch.
Also, he's doing something that Saka hasn't done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Saka looks weak.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely. But I think that's why he's gone out to play in League Two, because it's going to be even more Bud and Thud clanging and banging, isn't it, down there? So he ain't got a choice now. He's going to have to bulk up and use his physicality more in that league than anywhere else, really.
Yeah, no,
basically shape up or ship out, basically.
Yeah. He's got all the ability, Saka, but he was just too lightweight. Where I quite liked today that when he was physically challenged, Finn,
yeah.
he just dropped the shoulder and said, "No, piss off, this is mine," and then beat 2 players and made them both look like clowns, and then got the pitch. I thought it was fantastic. So to see that physicality, and clearly he's going to get advice on his gym regime and stuff, but you've got to want to put that in, and clearly he has, and at the moment Frederick hasn't. So
yeah, I think we discussed it on Thursday a bit, didn't we, Gavin? And I think with I know you weren't on, but obviously you were listening in. But the comparisons with Izaka, and I always wanted and wish, as I'm sure everybody does, players to do well for us, the youth. But with Izaka, I was really hoping for stuff from him, and he struggled to sort of get past players. I know he obviously played in a couple of games in the Champ. It's a different level there, but with Finn, he's just like, come and get me if you think you can catch me, and I'm either going to dance around you or nutmeg you through and run on goal. So his confidence is
also I think a lot of it's on setup of coaching as well. So Tom Cleverley's been made no secret.
Yeah, that's true.
He has said, there's 2 or 3, 4 guys here, probably Moiro, what's the young guy who scored on
Campbell?
Seb Campbell, yeah.
Campbell, thank you. Sorry, my brain's like concrete today. Roberts, you could probably still put into that category now. Finn, and who was the other one? And Hatch, who's gone out on loan. Those 5 are clearly fancied by the management team. Some are going to go further than others, but they've all got ability. So therefore, having them in the first team training squad on a regular basis can only have helped. And to say Campbell now trains every day with the first team as an under 18. Must be a big feather in his cap, but also means that when he is brought into the team, it's like a normal thing. It's not a big thing. So I think you've got to doff your hat to TC on that one.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's great to see, and if you're watching tonight, Sam, his dad, then evening to you. It's great to be in this. As a parent, be in that situation must be absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to go to Harvey England, sent us his video of his post-match thoughts. So let's hear what he's got to say. Come on, roll. There we go.
Right then, so that's full time. Burton Albion 0, Plymouth Argyle 4. An electric atmosphere. Back-to-back consecutive away wins. A great scoreline as well. Great for the goal difference. It's a great performance. I don't think you can knock the team today. We dug in deep and we took our chances. Tolai unlucky not to get a hat trick. Played phenomenally. And it's the first time in a long time we can say that we've got back-to-back away wins. We move on from here. This is just the start of the Tom Cleverley era. Electric atmosphere. I am buzzing. Come on, you Greens.
God, wow. Loving hearing that in the background, but also he's almost struggling to get his words out. I think he's just a lot of emotion, obviously, for someone that goes to every away game. That's a lot of miles that you put in, and there's a lot of them that do that. And so to get the win against Luton the other day, and then to get a second win back-to-back away wins, is just brilliant. So, but yeah, loved hearing the rest of the fans in the background there and enjoying it. And someone did say about, let me just see if I can find it, so bear with me a second. I'm sure I did download it. No, I don't need that. Oh, I can't put it up because I've got too many videos on, it's telling me, for my subscription. But there is the Laurent Tolai clip where he's celebrating at the end with the Argyle camera. So go check that out on the feed. Right, let's hear what Tom Cleverley had to say after the game.
For the Green Army, we talked about it after Luton. It's been a long time for them to get their win. It's been a couple of weeks to the next one. They've got into a nice habit themselves. There's 2 in a row, but I think I don't know what the percentage of the crowd was today, but well over a third, I think, were Argyle fans. They made their noise throughout, so nice to be able to reward them once more.
Yeah, it's a really impressive thing, and it's a real advantage for the players. If you start well and it can feel like a home game, then it really does give us a boost. There really can be a 12th man for us out there. I think they've been excellent for us all season. After 4 defeats, it could have been easy to really make it a tough environment. They demanded, they challenged us, and I think that's fair. But we stuck together. Now we're 12 points from our last 6 in the league. It's 2 points a game over a decent amount of time, and we look like we're starting to find our feet and be more consistent with it. So yeah, again, we won't mention it because we won, but incredibly young team today, incredibly young, and it's really impressive what these young guys are doing. The key thing now is consistency, and if they can get that, we've got some really exciting players in the building.
So, well, we won't mention it, but we will.
That's like you with the merch. I'm not going to mention the merch, but here's the merch. That's your version. It's Tom Cleverley's. Well, I'm not going to say we're young, but we're young.
Exactly. He's right on the consistency, and he's right about the fact that we got. Remember, guys, there was a lot of talk, and there has been follow up the pre-season of development players and stuff like that. I brought it up on Thursday. About Ben Pepple's post-match interview from Tuesday on the fact that. The question was asked to him, but he debunked it as like, well, I think I'm ready. So it's great that they have that mindset and they're not just accepting that. Well, give me 12 months, fans, and I'll be there. He's had a bit of a rough start, but he's got on the score sheet twice as Oseni has in the last 2 games. So it's all good. I've got then Oseni's interview, so let's go to that.
Let's go right back to the start. You got the call to play today, and you're basically playing up alongside Tolly. We've not really played 2 up front very often so far this season, or for a little while. What were you told before the game about what your role was going to be?
Yeah, my role was clear. It was clear and simple. I think the gaffer gives clear and simple instructions to just get close to Tolly and just get in and around it and just do what I'm good at, do what they brought me here to the club for. So yeah, it was good to get in and once the goals today, and I think the gaffer always told me to just stay ready, that I'm going to get my opportunity. So I think the important thing for me today, that I was ready. I think I showed I was ready to play in this team, and yeah, got my goal in the end, and I was excited about that.
Yeah, no, it's well, as he said, he's been told to just be ready. And it is all about taking these opportunities when it comes down to them, doesn't it? And you get those chances, you've got to get there and prove that you can do it. So, fair play to Oseni. He's done, we said it earlier, Gab, but we'll touch upon it again. He had a great game today, and that's shown by his +7 FOTMOL rating.
Yeah, he's, he got 5 goals. So he's in line with Tolly with his output, which is great. He's got good speed. He's got good game awareness, which I think for a young lad, or you can probably see that he's played in some quite lower league type stuff because he don't mind the clanging and banging a bit either. He's quite happy to get stuck in. He's quite physical. He's not as physical as Peppel, but he has got that physicality to his game. And what I liked after one of the goals, can't remember which one it was, they panned in on both of them, and they're both chat, him and Tolly, having real conversations about, I'm assuming, movement and where the ball goes next. And, when you do this, I do that, which is good game comms. But if we're going to play this as one of 2 variations as a formation, then him and Tolly, or whether it be Peppel and Tolly, they're going to have to sort of practice this a lot more to be able to get that intuity. So back in the old days of, who was it? Cole and the Man United fans around Cole and...
York,
Dwight York, yeah, or what's the guy who was anyway? Yeah, so those 2 up front for Man United, it was real connection when when he was signed one, it was like, only one will play, then play one up top, played 2, and it went really, really well. We need to get that if that's going to be a standard formation moving forward, then we need to make sure that we do have that practiced and they get better and better. But the movement today, I thought from both of them was class. And the way he took his goal, that's not a simple tap in by any stretch.
Yeah.
It's coming over his head. He's had to reach forward and flick it with the outside of his right boot, which is not the natural boot to sort of score from there. But he taps it past the goalkeeper really well.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and just just reminded me actually as I was thinking the match through on Bim Peppel. He had, I think it was after he scored, but he had that chance where he got into the right position, but just shot it wide of the goal.
That was good strength as well because the ball came down. He kind of muscled the centre half out the way, put his right leg through it. Unfortunately, it was about 10 yards wide, but if that was on target, that'd have broke the net. So we could have had 7, 8 today, guys. We really could have. What we haven't mentioned yet is Tegan Finn's chance with his right foot, which I think if that was on his left foot, he buries it. Where the keeper gets a leg out when he's trying to flick it past him, and then the ball comes back out again. And then, of course, Pato has a great shot with his left foot. We could have had 7 or 8 today. If you include the save in the first half for Boateng, it was 8, 9, 10 clear chances. We took 4 of them. So not a perfect afternoon, but near as damn it.
No, absolutely. It was. Yeah, and that's it. Look, we're sat here with a 4-0 scoreline. And it's our second away win back to back. So just a couple of the comments that have dropped in. Party Gamer Boy met Roman Lario today in McDonald's with his daughter. Ryan Sonley, how's the leg, Ryan? He's now joined us over on YouTube. Lord McCabe was class today. We mentioned earlier, Ryan, about how his defensive play today was just brilliant as well. Not obviously what he's there to do, but he did a brilliant job supporting that back line. Matty H has just dropped a comment in. Even liked Boateng being further forward, not getting carried away, but Burton did manage to keep Huddersfield out last weekend. Good shout. So some good points there. We're coming towards the end, so I think this is.
I'm sorry, just Steve Cooper's point's actually an intangible that's probably not we haven't mentioned yet. Is the day yesterday spent at St George's Park, the England training camp.
Yeah.
That must have lifted them a few notches to have, wonderful pitches, great facilities. Must have been inspiring to train on that. And fair play to TC for managing to blag it, I would imagine.
Well, let's hope Simon Hallett isn't panicking and sweating now that they're going to come back and go, can we have this? Can we have that? We use this, we use that. Look what we got, 4 goals and a 3 points away. God. Thank you for pointing that out, Gavin. It's a good shout for sure. And he did note earlier, Stephen, about watching, what did he say here? Watch Wigan Pod tonight. Ryan Lowe is very much under pressure. If we beat them, he may go. And he also did make a reference to you about getting your cap replaced with a Block 9 Now, Gavin never takes that Argyle cap off.
Sleep. I've got 3 or 4 that I rotate. I only actually wear them on this pod. I don't wear them anywhere else. But it's normally because my hair's a mess. But there we are.
So league table, I know it's a bit small for those that are watching. So we have got ourselves, you can see the 2 highlighted black lines if you squint. This is where I'll have to put on some glasses actually. So we've got ourselves in 15th place on those 12 points, and then Wigan above us on the same point, so it is just goal difference then, where their last run of form is 2 losses and a win, and then 2 draws, as opposed to our win and loss. So that's going to be interesting. And then you've got Burton, who are obviously still rooted at the bottom. Exeter had a 1-0 defeat today, so they dropped down to 18th. So it's still not. We're still not out of it, but there is certainly, just got to keep getting points and we'll climb up. Top of the table is Bradford City. Oh, go on, Gary.
Sorry, just looking at the table, is Steve Bruce still in the Blackpool job?
I have no idea.
Because I'm just looking at their league form. Yeah. Lost, drawn, lost, won, lost. Yeah. Third from bottom. The Blackpool fans pre-season when they nicked Taylor off, was all going, if we're disappointed if we're top 6, well, you think we can go up automatically. They couldn't buy a win at the minute if they tried.
No. Well, there you go. But Lincoln, even Bradford, sorry, top of the table on 23 points. Stevenage on 22. Lincoln on 21. Cardiff 20. Huddersfield 19, and Wimbledon in 18th. That's the final of those spots. So I'm just gonna let me download this because I forgot to add this. And he's just reminding me because he's dropped into the comments, Paul. So it's the Tammert and Folliott score. So let me just, today, obviously we do sponsor the under-15s. Let me bring that up. Where is it to? Oh, come on. It's somewhere here in my download, surely. Or maybe not. Where's that gone? Right. Anyway, I'll read it out. Unorganised. So they won 5-2 today in their cup game. So they're through to the next round. Nice. So scorers Bailey, Gillard Pierce, Armand, and an own goal from the opposition. They were playing Ivy Bridge Rangers. So well done to them. An evening to you, Paul. Good to, let me switch back to that. Good to see you in. So yeah, Ryan Sonley saying mind the gap, Exeter City. Absolutely. And Stephen Cooper confirming, Gavin, that Bruce is still there. So yeah, so other than that, there's not much else to say. So I'll wrap up. So Gavin, final thoughts. Look, it's a good result. We just got to go back and do it against Wigan at home next.
Yeah, the next game's the most important one, isn't it? It always is, always will be. It'll be interesting to see. So there's still no Edwards for the next game, which means the wing backs kind of pick themselves. At home, do you revert back to 3-4-2-1? I'm not sure. I don't remember how. Well, it's a lowy side, so they're going to play very similar system, 3-4-2-1 anyway, unless he's gone dramatically differently since he left us, since he left Preston. So they might go 3-4-2-1 again, in which case I would expect Oseni to be back on the bench and for us to be bringing in a more of a 10. Maybe it is Pato. I don't know, who looked quite sharp today. But it felt strong today. My only concern now is, do we get carried away and start playing 3-5-2 and be a bit more of a blunt instrument at home, or do we have two game plans? So big week. Anyone back from injury in the next week to give us any more headache? I don't think there is there?
No, there isn't. No.
Taylor will feel pissed off, by the way.
We don't know why he was dropped, do we?
He didn't get in the squad, did he, Dale? He's like getting blisters on the bench. I imagine now Ibrahim's out. Playing that 3-4-2-1 will probably be an easier conversation because they've got if you slide Dale back in the team or you put Pato back in the team, obviously you've got no Ibrahim to confuse that three sort of pronged midfield type scenario. But I'm looking forward to seeing what this week holds, and I'll be racking my brains for Thursday night to see what the team will be, because it'll obviously change because we've got one forced error.
Yeah, we have. Matty is just pointing out the only downside of today being Ibrahim suspended and so early in the game as well. I missed the first 5 minutes, but so that was frustrating because he has been so good and with his performances and just keeping his head down and staying calm and not giving away silly free kicks. So I'm sure after the man of the match performances in the two previous games and today's great performance, he'll be itching to want to try and get his spot back. So the one thing I didn't point out actually or ask, and I will quickly ask you, Gavin, and come to you, Marcus. Matty H did say earlier, is this first goal syndrome? And is that why then we're going on to get these good results?
I think there's a lot to do with that. Yeah, I think if we got 1-0 down, we might not have won this handsomely. It's been the story of the last, 2-3 seasons, Marcus? Score first, win.
I also think that might be why Ibrahim pulled his shirt back, because it was a clear breakaway. He was thinking, no, don't let him score. So that's why he got a booking, took one for the team.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Fair enough, I didn't see that. So, look, all we can do is try and go out there and sort of start well and confidently and try and get the first goal.
The confidence levels of Wigan are going to be on the floor, right? So if we start fast and get an early goal, I think the old heads will drop and the fans will start shouting for Lowy out, and we can have a lovely afternoon then, can't we? That'd be fantastic. If they get the first goal, then it's an uphill battle and we've got to start digging deep again. But I think always key, that first goal syndrome is you bang on. I think if we get that first goal in any game, where with that back three that we have now, and Galloway to come in and Suits to come in and reserve, it's a pretty formidable outfit for this level.
Yeah, and I think for me, absolutely, I can't disagree. Marcus, come to you then. What's your final thoughts to add tonight?
I think the team pretty much at the minute picks itself, really. Apart from Ibrahim placing him who to pick, I would go for Patterson, but that's a decision that Tom's got to do.
Yeah, no, and Finn, with Ibrahim being dropped, he did replace him in the game today. Gavin, I'll leave you to read Stephen Cooper's final message out because you are the one with the rugby talk.
Two great wins rugby-wise today, actually. So, obviously, the ladies beat Canada, I think it was 31-13, something like that. And the mighty Plymouth Albion have won again with another bonus point. I think they're 4 from 4 now with 5 points a game, so they're on 20 points, top of the league. They've got a big test next week at Roslyn Park. Good luck to the Albion up there next week because that will be a test. They're a very good side and they're expected to go up alongside Albion. But great day for rugby. No Ninja Matt tonight, which is just actually
we haven't seen Matt for a few shows.
Maybe we've upset him. Who knows? It's easy done. He must. I'll tell you what he's doing. He's revising, isn't he, for the big accounts reveal session that we're going to do. That's what he's doing.
Absolutely. And actually, just as a plug as well, on Thursday night we had Chris Errington join us. You can obviously catch these shows again by either going to YouTube or if you go to the block9.co.uk, you will see the links, the list of the playlist that we do for the shows on there as well. So yeah, look, I mean, from my point of view, I'm just going to echo, I suppose, what Cleverly said. Just got to be consistent now. And also what I said at the start is don't want to get too excited because we know what happened after the Luton game. But this was a much more all-round performance by the squad. And yes, as Matty said, first goal syndrome, look, it makes all the difference in any game, but when you've got a number 9 that can just find the back of the net, find the right positions, your other striker in Oseni coming forward, your other striker in Bin Peppel also getting on the score sheet today. When have we really had that fortune recently? So it's great to see the players starting to click and come together, and the options on the bench when we were all worried not that long ago about the depth of the squad. We've got players that will come on and also do the business. So Marcus, thank you for joining as well as tonight. I'm sure we'll get you back again soon. Gavin as well yourself. And folks, just to remind you, please, we've got some good numbers watching it on YouTube tonight, so appreciate that. A lot of you watching across on X, across the various accounts of mine, Carl's, and the Block 9s. So please do all the usual follow, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. It helps as we grow the channel with what we do. And like I said, go and check out the merch, everything. There is a little video clip so you can see, there's the light mug, how everything sort of flows around. There's the new one with the slight tweak to the Block 9 with the white outline and the green in the middle, and there's also an All Things Argyle on either side mug. And I'm drinking.
Did I mention we've got a young squad?
Say again?
Did I mention we've got a young squad as well?
Well, Tom Cleverly said we shouldn't mention that, but we will.
Okay, no. We haven't got any merch either, guys. Just to let you know, we don't mention it.
No. Hey, the banter is always good on the Block 9. So, cheers for the comments, folks. Do you do merch? Yeah, absolutely, Voodoo. Do you want me to go back to it? It's anyway.
I think Voodoo's hinting for a bit of. Maybe we should get him
wine glass.
Get him drink. Yeah, we should get him a wine glass. In fairness, with a nice bottle of Penfold next to him. Be nice.
Actually, I've got an idea. Maybe see if I can do it for the next show. But anyway, other than that, folks, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been good to have you in. Been great in the comments. It's a good way to end the weekend. I'm also going and following the Ryder Cup, and we are up in every match in the 4 balls right now. So going to be nothing.
What's the
better.
score? Is it still 8.5, 3.5?
Say again?
Is it still 8.5, 3.5?
Yeah, it is, but we are. I'll read it out just to add. So we are 1 up in the McElroy and Shane Lowry game. We are 2 up in the Fleetwood and Rose match. Ram and Straka are 1 up 2, and Hatton and Fitzpatrick are 1 up. So I'm just trying to see what holes are on, really. 14th.
That's where you go to sleep, isn't it?
Well, hey, if there's anything where we're playing against the Americans, I don't care what it is, I'll be right there supporting us.
It's nice to see that the gentry of the New York region as well have come to cheer both teams on in a very spirited and sporting fashion. Gee whiz!
I don't want to upset anybody, but the only thing as bad as golf is Formula One.
Oh, Marcus,
I agree with that, Marcus. Formula One's as dull as dishwater.
I'm not going to invite you on again now. Now you've said that, you're offending me big time. But yeah, no, right. We'll let you go, folks. And on that note, we'll see you next Thursday. Take it easy.